Hello everyone. They say that the apex predator is the most important part of the ecosystem. In the jungle, this is the tiger. In the savannah, the lion. In the ocean, it's the shark. Every other species prey to the shark has had its physiology, behavior, agility, and other defense mechanisms molded by the shark. Without the shark, you destroy the entire food chain. Much like the nimble yet dronish sardine, Commander Fruity fell in line, protected by the many. Because though it is statistically likely for a school of sardines to be attacked, it too is unlikely that the entire school is depleted. Being one of the many tens of thousands of new pilots entering into the great galaxy in the year 3304, all he had to do was outlast the predators. If you've watched this series from the beginning, then you know Commander Fruity hails from the prey-human subspecies of man, whose ancestry developed from prey animals. And thus do his eyes spread and his skin moistens, ever prepared for ambush. One by one the new pilots of his spawn fell, as all prey does. Their school of sidewinders dwindled in numbers, but Fruity continued, and his people placed him on his pedestal. He had assumed leadership, but had no desire to lead, until one day an apparition appeared before him and spoke to him of his destiny. He would be the one to break the mold, to become the apex predator, that one day he may lead his people to the land of prosperity. His people bathed his feet so that he may tread softly. They cut his hair and clothed him, that he may become more eloquent. And one day he doth spake unto his people thus, I need to understand the revelation of my identity, and I will find clarity among the stars. I will spend 40 days and 40 nights in the cosmos, and return to you the land promised, and the secrets to becoming the apex predator. For it is written, one does not live on bread alone, but on the meat that comes forth from the strength of a hunting man. Unbeknownst to them, his people looked on him for the last time, people from his spawn who idolized him. Fruity Blueberry, Fruity Frizzle, Fruto Baggins, and Groin Grunwalwarld. And so he left, but he never returned, because he spent the rest of his life doing the engineering grind, the same grind we are doing to this day. Existence is pain, but there is about to be a payoff. We've come a long way. We've equipped the Imperial Cutter the best we know how. Currently, our power plant is grade 5 overcharged. Our power distributor could use more work at just grade 3. Our bioweave shields are engineered to grade 3, but it's also a grade 8 big boy shield, so there's that we've got going for us, I guess. We have equipped 4 shield boosters, all grade 5 heavy duty, so that our bulk becomes bulkier. The thickness overflowing. Our thrusters are grade 4 dirty drive tuning with drag drives. We have 3 heat sinks, unengineered, 2 remote release flak cannons, 3 shard cannons, 1 anti-xeno multi-cannon, and 1 beam laser. And I have to admit, hindsight is 2020, that's all I can say. We have an auto field maintenance unit to help with any damage we get to modules, and a universal limpet controller for collecting, repairing, and so on. Almost mandatory for a ship of this size, because not only do we have an aft this fat, but also the space to fill it. Among other items equipped, the Guardian FSD booster for long-range jumps, a single shield cell bank which I only use in emergencies, and so on. Our first foray into the unknown is to HIP 12314, a system in the bubble that the Thargoids have recently attacked, and I thought it would be fitting to waltz in there like a real hero and clear it all out by myself. But I've brought help. My famous fighter pilot, Jack House, and I have a fighter bay with a Guardian fighter on board. Smashing. We do a scan of the system and look for nearby activity. Threat level 8, huh? This should be a breeze. I drop in. I've mentally prepared for this for weeks. I'm ready. All I have to do is deploy my pilot with a Guardian fighter, and then we can two-way this knee scab. Unfortunately, I deploy myself instead of Jack. This is a simple misinput. I totally panic. This is threat level 8. Only in hindsight do I know how dangerous this Thargoid is. I request docking and zoom back to the ship. I very hastily ram into the Fruity Booty's docking bay, but her chastity belt is more powerful than I thought. This is going horribly.
Holy smokes! That thing is definitely not human.
Jack only just realizes our target is non-human. It's at this point I realize the man I accidentally left piloting Fruity Booty is a total moron. I get back on board, take control of the ship from Jack, who I now dub Captain Obvious. But the target is gone. We are successful. We have driven back. Nah. The truth of it is, it decided we were absolutely no threat and just left. How dare you? I'm a very threatening man. We find another signal source, threat level 5 this time. We arrive. It's go time, baby. We deploy Jack, hotshot pilot extraordinaire, turned cannon fodder. He will either flourish or die, the choice is his. The Thargoid scans us, decides Fruity is of absolutely no consequence, and immediately turns enraged at Jack. So long, old friend. But we do what we came here to do. I unleash volleys on the space crab, and immediately turn my attention to the glowing component on its hull. I later learned that this is known as a Thargoid heart. This kills the crab. Unfortunately, you have to do it multiple times, it has more hearts. It goes okay at first, but as I am handling the first Thargoid swarm, I notice Jack is like a full 6 kilometers away, doing God knows what. It becomes apparent that I have hired the village idiot to be my fighter pilot, and like a newborn lamb I am wobbly at the knees and need to get a grip on what I have to do. I boost towards the swarm and then Daddy Shark starts to slap my behind. And he didn't even ask me out for dinner. Jack instantly dies when he gets shot, leaving me to solo for a bit. Not really knowing what to do, we get cooked multiple times. I try to land some more shots with the shard cannons, but the Thargoid keeps just enough distance between the two of us that it starts to become an impossibility. And then this happens. Oh shit, oh fuck, ah. A very not good thing has just transpired. We head back to Bentham Station to regroup. We decide the shard cannons are just not the right tool to be taking with us in a ship with the maneuverability of the thick persuasion. We send for our Gauss cannons and wait. And while we wait, I try my luck at an AX conflict zone, where there will be NPCs of the Pilots Federation to assist me in the battle. The AX multi-cannons we brought with and the beam laser are okay with dealing with the scouts. But when the Thargoids arrive, we have a really hard time dealing with them. For example, we got shot down, and all I could do is watch as this asp finna get blasted. Are there asp combat builds? The Pilots Federation truly works in mysterious ways. And so do I, apparently. Observe, as I face tank this swarm and fight them at point blank range, with explosive weapons. Truly masterful. I then attempt to face tank the Thargoid myself. This went surprisingly well, until I got microwaved and my canopy blew out. Oh shit. I head back and land. Fruity booty. Look how they've massacred my booty. I equip the new gear. This time we have 4 Gauss cannons and a railgun, and 2 remote flak cannons. I head to a nearby threat level 5. I am laser focused now. I pop in and I immediately open fire. Poor pit management in my first engagement, but these are lessons to be learned from. We exert the heart, but I panic a little with the swarm firing on us, so I drag race away from them to see what I can do to destroy the swarm. We then open fire on a Thargoid, exert a heart and take it out. Awesome, until I get microwaved. I hadn't expected this. We love tap the Thargoid and give it a kiss on the forehead. I love you, space alien. Please comment, I love you too, Fruity, if this display of affection touched you deeply. We're getting used to the rhythm. The swarm goes down easy. It redirects itself before it dies. Weird flex, but okay? We skim past the Goid while we light it up. It glows yellow, the telltale sign of the microwave lightning. But we keep just enough distance and take out its second heart. Suck my melon. We're beginning to believe. We drag race some ants and step on their anthill. We turn onto the ant queen and prepare the bug spray. This is it. We blast the heart, take it down, and we remember what happens next. It's the shutdown field. We fumble through our fire groups, and I learned later that for some reason the field shutdown neutralizer doesn't appear immediately on your HUD when you switch between fire groups. We will remember next time. The Thargoid shoots us in the face and then circles to get a good look at Fruity Booty's butt. We wait, anxiously for the outcome. Our behind getting slapped by the Thargoid takes us back to our childhood, being spanked, our poor cheeks red from the punishment. Don't hit me anymore, father. Please. We're back. We're not doing good, but we're not doing terribly either. This could be worse. Fortunately, we're so thick that they couldn't even bring down the shields. We boost away as far as we can to get some distance between us. We handle the swarm, and we open fire on the Thargoid. We circle around one another, and then we blast the Thargoid right into gonads, then shoot it in the face. It tries to communicate us in whale speak, so we communicate back. It then explodes. We did it. Fruity has become what he was always destined to be. The hunter. And it didn't end there. We did as much as we could in HIP 12314. We then turned to the Dan system, another area on the outskirts of the bubble. Humanity was on the defensive, experiencing adversity in the face of danger, but Commander Fruity would rise up to meet it. We fought hard in the war in Dan, which too, like HIP 12314, ended up free of the Thargoids eventually. And then we went on the offensive, driving them out of the bubble and back towards the Ares Dark region, where we would hunt them until there were no more. Moving on to Pleiades, an area rife with them, we kept hunting. We sharpened up our strategy towards the end to the point where kills became quite clean, with only minor repairs to be done between kills. The auto-field maintenance unit combined with repair limpets and enough raw materials to synthesize ammunition meant we could stay in the black of space for weeks if we felt like it. Though we didn't fight any basilisks or hydra variants of the Thargoids, the death cry / whale calls of the Cyclops became a familiar rhythm to us. A song that brought us clarity. We would often call back. I told him his mother ate all the pies. After a long time out hunting, we returned to civilization. Our ship is noticeably worn down, but we wear our scars like a trophy. We did what we thought we could never do, what we were so impressed that other pilots could do. People hate the engineering system in Elite Dangerous, and I can understand why, but you can still have a lot of fun with a ship you love even if it has some modules at only grade 3. We did get a lot to grade 5, but a whole lot is also 4 and 3 rated. The end game will always be there for you. For those who want to hit the very ceiling and the bleeding edge of the meta, the basilisks and the hydras aren't going anywhere. They're a challenge for the players who put in the grade 5 hard yards. But for me, I've experienced an end game relative to my level and I'm very happy with what I could do, especially in a ship that many consider to be a poor Thargoid hunter. And it's my favourite ship, so that counts for something. And what lays ahead for Fruity? A new Chad haircut for a new Chad Thargoid hunter. He looks like an idiot. He hits the bar to speak to some strangers, but he is a social outcast. A bit of a moron, really. Everyone ignores him. He's sad for a bit. He looks on his fruity booty one more time. As he has done many times before, he assesses his pip management. He's had them set to anger and depression for so long that he has forgotten what the third option was. He remembers. He sets his pips to happiness. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Though this one is the finale, it's not the last video I'll be doing about Elite Dangerous. It's just sort of a nice way to wrap up the little series that we've done here with Fruity's Ascension. Along the same sort of vein of entertainment, I've got another series coming up, and I hope you stick around for that. I think it'll be pretty fun. As always, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe, comment. Tell me what your favorite part about his receding hairline is, and we'll go from there. His physiology too great to be appreciated by the mortal eye. Anyways, love you all. See ya.